And everyone's independent now, I feel like, or at least wants to be independent.
Yes. And it's crazy because, like, and I love labels. Like, they are, when the time is right, they are like the best thing. Like, you have a fire that started and they put the fuel in it. It's like, it turns massive. Like, that's when, but up until that point, like, if you do sign, you're just doing the work you're doing as an independent artist. Like, that does not change. In fact, you have to go 10 times harder once you're on a label. So right now I get the freedom of like nobody being like, yo, you got to post a TikTok. Like, it's on my time.
So this could be a dumb question, but what do they help you with?
I mean, they're great. Like, they schedule my life. Like, they tell me where to be, what to do. Yeah.
Being
like,
independent, is it more challenging to just go on a, maybe
I mean, it's super challenging as far as like funding and stuff like that. Like, that is definitely where like the label is helpful. But like my team, like, they figure it out for me. Like, we have a great like group of like, we built a company, and then Ilya came on to that company, and now we're just kind of doing this thing like an independent way. Nice. And at some point, yes, we'll partner with a label, but I don't want to do it yet. Yeah. I don't want to do it. I just want to keep building. I'm like, why would I build this and like give away masters and like tour and like you give pretty much half of that away. Right. So if I'm doing it and it's working independent right now, when you do sign, it definitely slows it down too, because then you go into contracts, you gotta wait to release music, and then somebody else is A&Ring at that point. Like, you're not really, yes, you get to a level, like a bigger level, and you get to choose the songs, but when you're a baby artist, like, you typically have a team that's A&Ring the songs, and I don't want to do that right now.
We've also heard artists like that, if they are part of a label, they'll drop like a banger album or whatever, but then they don't drop any music for another 2 years, but then they'll want to, and then they're off the label.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So that's why, like, I'm right now, I try to do like every like couple months, and I love it. I love it. Like, there's nobody telling me what song, and there's not like you gotta wait. You gotta wait for this to blow up. And if it doesn't blow up, you can't put anything out. So it's just, I'm like, I'm stoked.
So I get maybe another dumb question. Are you going into Music Row Studios, or you got just your own studio at one of your boys' crib? Or?
It's crazy right now, like, because I get to work with so many people, I'm at studios everywhere. Like, I think I've been to more studios in my lifetime in Nashville than I ever, like, because LA, like, you get booked to write with people and you could be like in a freaking closet. Like, I've cut vocals in a closet with some smelly shoes. And I'm like, yo, this is rough. And even like, but that's like some dope, like, I love that too. Like, and even here, like, you'll go to a home studio, you'll go to like big studios, like, and it's all just like, you never know the vibe you're getting that day. It's fun.
I asked that because everyone in Nashville, just being from her, we've seen their own country music artists have their studio in their home.
Yeah.
You're just going over to people's houses and just recording.
Yeah. And like, you get in that scenario, or we, like, my company, we have like the top floor at the Morris as well. Nice. And we have a studio up there. So sometimes I'll work up there.
I know what you're talking about.
And it's like, I love them. I literally, like, we have like an in-home studio at the apartment that we have up there, and I'll just cut my vocals, like, or like I'll write up there by myself. But mainly I'm going to different people's studios, which is super cool.
Dude, I remember one night there was that sound. I don't know if it's the same room as you're talking about, but the soundproof room.
The soundproof room we use a lot to rehearse.
Yeah.
I think it's such a sick setup.
It was like 2021, like Lake, Lily, and Sarah came over. We were up in that soundproof room.
Hell yeah.
3 a.m. bumping like Young Thug.
Love it.
Loudest, bro.
Love it. And you can't hear anything in there. Like, they have that, it's like so soundproof in there. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.